There are a lot of people in Nigeria that just do scams for business, and I got involved in one of them. And I want to share this experience with you so that you know what to look for in advance if you're ever doing business with a Nigerian. Now, a disclaimer, this is strictly from my experience. I'm not saying everyone in Nigeria is a scammer. That's not true. There's honest business people and fake business people. But I'm going to be sharing with you just how complicated and how orchestrated the whole thing is so that they get your money and run away from it. Let's go. So the first thing I gotta say is to be very cautious when doing business with Nigerians, especially if they want to use unconventional manners. Let me give you some context about some of the regulations in Nigeria. Everybody can freely do business there. However, there is one major restriction. Every month, you can only spend up to $100 when it comes to international transactions. So if you have a bank card and you want to spend something on Amazon, like not locally in Nigeria with Naira, which is their local currency, they can only spend $100. So either they need to use their credit card or use their family's credit card or whoever, or even stolen credit cards in some cases, which I'll go into in a little bit. And if they do the legal route, which is opening a business bank account in Nigeria, making it very clear where your funds are going to, let's say they want to source from China and the money is going from Nigeria to China. Well, China doesn't accept Naira. They only accept like major currencies like USD, British pound, RMB, etc. So where do they go? That's right, the black market. And this black market is really serious. A lot of the products that they use there come from China. Not every single one, but a good amount where the import business can be very fruitful and very profitable if done right. But these importation companies need to know how to pay their suppliers. And this is the biggest headache. And again, I am emphasizing that the information I'm about to share is from my personal experience. This is not an umbrella statement to say that all Nigerians are scammers. That's not true. So what do these guys do to actually get your money? They claim that they want to buy goods in China with RMB, right? But they have no way of getting RMB unless they go to the black market, which is very risky, and the fees are atrocious, like over 10%, which is unrealistic. So they offer you a platform to pay you in dollars or other currencies that you can use the currency exchange for, like PayPal. These guys go as far as to post fake listings on selling platforms. Like in the US, you have Craigslist. That's not super regulated, and anyone can just, with an email address, post something they're selling and coordinate a sell there, and there's really not much buyer or seller protection. Their target are desperate people. What do I mean by that? Let's say you want to rent an apartment, but you wouldn't be able to pass the credit check because maybe you've had a bad history with credit cards or getting loans, so they won't trust you to actually pay your lease every month. So now they're desperate in getting an apartment. They have cash on hand, but no way to live somewhere. Or let's say someone, and this is like really deep, I don't know if this happens, this is just my speculation. They want something that's contraband. Or maybe they wouldn't be able to pass the background inspections on their own. I don't know, let's say like a firearm. And they post that they're selling a firearm on Craigslist, just to give you an example. But this is just one piece of the puzzle as they orchestrate this whole scam, which is kind of impressive. And I wish they would use these skills to improve like businesses around the world, not to make people's lives more difficult. So what these scammers do is that they make legit websites claiming that they're a business that's, they're a rental property or a real estate business, or that they sell all these kind of contraband items, and they give you like a fake EIN, and they even say they have a legit company registered in the US with a pretty nice looking website. Right now, anybody can go on Fiverr or even on WordPress and make a nice website. They just pay someone like $50, $100 and you can have a nice landing page. And they also join groups on like Telegram or WhatsApp where there's like currency exchange happening in Nigeria. Although they claim that they're highly regulated there, like they have the admin check everyone's ID card, get a background check, do a face-to-face time to make sure they're real people, that's still not enough, and there's still ways around it. So these groups, they offer local currency, which is Naira in Nigeria, for USD, and this is where the black market and the scam begins to unravel. Some of these guys have partners in the US or other places to be the middleman to receive the funds and pay them their goods. So once they have that middleman, they start to go fishing. They first advertise on the American platforms. Like they say, I'm renting out a 2-bedroom apartment, blah, 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 at this location. Or I'm selling these kinds of goods at this location. And it requires a 2 months deposit, no credit check, no credit card needed, ready to go right now. And this targets desperate people because they have no way to get an apartment, at least through the official channel. And they have very little to no options. So they're willing to try these things. Now, let's just say these scammers find a person that's willing to pay them $1,000. So now, once they got someone on the hook, they advertise that they're willing to trade $1,000 in the equivalent of Naira in these currency exchange groups. They wait for a Nigerian who actually wants to do business to agree to the $1,000 in exchange for the Naira, because they need that dollars to pay Chinese suppliers to continue their importation business. So now the scammer tells the person to send the $1,000 to the middleman, which was me. And I learned a lesson and I'm moving on. I confirmed the order, and then the Nigerian would pay the equivalent of Naira once I confirmed the order and I received it. So the scammer suckered someone in sending me $1,000, where I thought that that money was supposed to be used to buy goods in China, which I have receipts and everything for. But here's the catch. That person that sent me money never gets in contact with me via email because they were always in contact with the scammer. And then the scammer ghosts them. They never figured to reach out to the person they sent the money to. So the person that actually originally got scammed, the one that wanted to get an apartment for $1,000, filing a report to the police, they contact their bank, they told them what platform they paid with, and then I end up losing the money with a chargeback. And I only realized this was happening because of two things. One, my business bank account just randomly shut down. Without notice, I called them and they would not tell me why. And I'm like, what the heck? Like, I would like to know why my bank closed, but I mean, I agreed to the terms and conditions and they said, nope, we can just close your bank account without telling you why. And I'm like, that's a little bit weird because I've been doing this for a while and all of a sudden you just closed my account. So what's going on? And then I received another transaction using the same method I just mentioned. And in the notes it said, this is for 3 months rent. And I'm like, whoa, 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 whoa. I don't do rent. I only source goods from China. I don't source houses from China. I source goods from China. So I contacted that person. I'm like, look, I'm not offering rent. Like, what are you expecting with this money? And that's when this whole story started to unfold on how someone created a legit website and started advertising that they were offering rent for people without any credit checks. And this is just very sad that the scammer finds someone on these platforms that are really desperate, innocent people. And then once they have someone on the hook, they advertise this person on the platforms that do the currency exchange in Nigeria, on those Telegram groups or WhatsApp groups. The Nigerian finds another Nigerian willing to pay them Naira for the USD. They tell the person to send the dollars to the middleman, which was me in this case, and then I pay for the goods in China. And once the scammer gets the Naira, they ghost everybody. So what did I learn from this whole mess? I learned a lot, actually. And I lost a lot, but I learned a lot too. And I'm going to recover. Because that's what you do with these businesses. When you start a business, you will run into issues. And it's if you keep on going, that's where you can increase your chances of success. Most people just stop. Only accept funds from your website and your website only. So that whenever the scammer, whatever, goes to your website, they know clearly what they're buying. They're not like trying to buy rents, contraband items, whatever. They know clearly what they're buying. Don't accept any sketchy payment methods unless you can prove where the money's coming from and who it's coming from. So you're going to have to ask for the name, the address, the billing address, the shipping address. They all have to match. Maybe even for an ID for very high level transactions. So let me give you some examples of where you don't want to accept funds from. PayPal, friends and family. The Cash App. Bitcoin. That should be obvious. I never accepted Bitcoin and I don't want to deal with that. Venmo. Zelle, Payoneer, or any other payment processors where you can't track where the person's coming from. Some of these payment processors actually do offer risk assessments or like, hey, the billing address and the person's name does not match. This could be a stolen credit card. And they give you the warning. And I'll be going deeper into payment processors for your e-commerce business in my next video, so you can get a better idea of which one to choose for your business. Now, here's some red flags that you should listen to if dealing with people in Nigeria for business. Can I send you money from my aunt, my sister, my brother, my uncle? Like, no. That money is coming from people they scammed. Do not believe that. If they can't prove with their ID card, with their name and their address that it's them, they don't even accept the money. Or if they say, hey, I'm a freelancer from Fiverr. No. Like, unless they can prove that it's their name, their ID, everything from Fiverr for doing services, because I know they can do design services and get paid in dollars, and then that dollars goes to their PayPal account, they can send that PayPal money. No. So those are some red flags that I've encountered that you should be aware of. And lastly, don't do business with Nigerians. No, I'm kidding. Just do your due diligence to make sure that you're getting the money from a legal person in a legal way, in a legal manner to protect yourself. Now, I don't want any of this happening to you, so I figured I'd share it with you, especially for those subscribers from Nigeria. This is a very serious scam, and I wish these people would use these skills to better the world instead of make it worse. And I probably think they're not even making all the money they steal. They're probably working for an agency where they only get a cut of it. So I hope you enjoyed the story. Don't fall for it, and let's make sourcing easy.